Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into a really epic story from the Maharatnakuta Sutra. It's this incredible tale about a mythical plague, a bodhisattva's ultimate sacrifice, and a relentless quest that spans lifetimes, all to find a cure not just for the body, but for the soul itself.
So let's start with a big question, one that's going to frame everything we talk about today. If compassion were a medicine, what would its formula actually be? Well, this ancient story sets out to answer exactly that. And trust me, it does it in the most dramatic way you can imagine.
All right, first things first. To understand the cure, we have to understand the sickness. And what this text tells us is that the real sickness isn't a physical one. It's like an invisible plague that affects every single one of us.
The text has a name for this ailment, the three poisonous fevers. Now, we're not talking about a fever you'd take your temperature for. No, these are the internal afflictions of greed, hatred, and ignorance. The argument here is that these three poisons are the real root cause of all our suffering, and they're just constantly burning inside every living being.
And that leads to this crucial point. Worldly doctors are absolutely essential. But their medicine has its limits. They can treat our bodies, sure, but they can't even diagnose, let alone cure, these three poisons. For that, you need a totally different kind of healer, what the text calls the Supreme Physician King. This is a fully awakened Buddha, and their medicine? It's the Dharma itself.
So what's so fascinating is how the text shows us what this ultimate healing looks like. It completely shifts from theory to this incredibly dramatic, almost visceral story of a bodhisattva who, he literally becomes the medicine. So the story takes us way back to this ancient past. A horrific plague is just devastating the land, causing unimaginable suffering. People's bodies are covered in sores, no doctor has a clue what to do, and everyone is completely without hope, just crying out for any kind of salvation. And then, out of nowhere, a voice rings out from the heavens with this unbelievable announcement. It says there's a being named Suma, and his very flesh is the cure. Anyone who eats it will be completely healed. I mean, what a shocking and powerful image, right? A remedy that is born from total self-sacrifice. So as the desperate crowds rush to him and actually start cutting away his flesh, Suma makes this incredibly powerful vow. He doesn't just offer up his body. He connects his sacrifice directly to his ultimate spiritual goal, becoming a Buddha, and vows that his flesh will never, ever run out. And just look at the outcome of this incredible sacrifice. Because of his vow, Suma's body miraculously just kept regenerating. Every single person was cured of the plague. But the healing went so much deeper. For payment, all he asked was that they uphold the 10 good deeds. This ethical teaching was the second part of the cure. It healed their spirits, making sure that not one of them was reborn into suffering later. His compassion didn't just save their current lives, it secured their happiness in the next one. I mean, that's an incredible act, right? But it just begs the question, how does a person develop that kind of limitless compassion? Well, the story then rewinds and reveals that this one single act was actually the grand finale of an epic quest spanning many, many lifetimes. And this, right here, is the heart of the whole journey. You see, the source of all that power, the sort of elixir our hero was searching for all that time, was a specific set of teachings. It was called the Dharma Gate of the Bodhisattva Treasury. This was the knowledge he absolutely needed to perfect his ability to save all beings. And his search was, it wasn't a short one. Just look at this timeline. He started out as a monk named Dharma Practice. When he died, he was reborn, and then reborn again and again. Each and every time, he continued his quest under a new name, carrying that same vow from one life right into the next. His dedication was just absolute. In every life, he would seek out this teaching. He'd visit countless teachers, meditate for days on end without moving, and all the while he was sharing whatever he knew with others. And at the end of each life, his dying wish was always the same, to be reborn in a way that would let him continue a search for this ultimate truth. So, after what the text calls immeasurable eons of this tireless search, the journey finally reaches its incredible climax. The hero is about to become the awakened one. In his fifth life, the one as Prince Brave Giver, he finally encounters the very thing he'd been seeking for ages, a living, fully enlightened Buddha
named Highest Practice. This is it. This is the moment his entire journey, across all those lifetimes, has been leading to.
And when they meet, Buddha Highest Practice sees the incredible depth of Brave Giver's determination and makes a prophecy, right there in front of everyone. He declares that this prince, after all those countless lifetimes of effort, will himself become a Buddha, and his name will be Great Diligence.
And the story confirms it. The prophecy came true. The quest was successful. The seeker became the teacher. The hero who searched for the ultimate medicine finally became the supreme physician king himself, able to heal countless beings from those 3 poisons.
Okay, so let's bring all this together. We started off by asking for the formula for compassion, if it were a medicine. And this epic story, it gives us a very clear, if maybe a little daunting answer. So here it is, the ultimate formula, laid out as the Bodhisattva path. Step 1, you have to truly witness the suffering of all beings. Step 2, out of that empathy, you arouse the Bodhi mind, which is the powerful vow to heal them. Step 3, well, this is the hard part. Practice with great diligence for countless eons, just like our hero did. And the final step, the result of all that effort, you attain perfect Buddhahood for the sake of everyone, becoming the ultimate source of healing yourself.
And that really brings us to our final thought. The story of Suma, of Prince Bravegiver, it's this mythical exploration of a compassion so profound, it goes beyond life and death, even to the point of offering one's own body as medicine. It really pushes us to ask, if this is the potential, then where truly is the limit of compassion? Thanks for joining me on this one.